JD Talkin Sports. Good afternoon. Now, Michigan just sent me something, and I gotta be honest with you, it hits home a little too close to home. I suffer from mental health. I tried to commit suicide twice when I was in college. I still suffer. I'm suffering from it today. I take medications. So Michigan sent me something today, and I wouldn't have seen it. Maybe I would have seen it, maybe I wouldn't have. Okay. Brandon Applehans plays for New Mexico basketball. Richard Pitino is his head coach. He posted this today on X, formerly known as Twitter. Those of you who follow New Mexico basketball may have noticed I've been playing, or anyone who knows me may have noticed I have been so distant from everyone, and there's a good reason for that. I've struggled with depression off and on since high school. I was diagnosed with ADHD and anxiety in 4th grade. I was put on medication to help with school and only took it during school, summers and weekends off. I was told my medication had a slight antidepressant in it. Since my depression wasn't constant and would come and go, my parents just helped me through it, thinking my medication would help. Last spring, after taking a medical red shirt trying to recover from surgery and learning how to balance school with a tough travel schedule, my depression showed up in a big, bad, scary way. I went home after school, got out, got into my doctor, and started on an antidepressant. I returned to UNM for summer and fall and killed it in practice. Was earning playing time and showing signs of having a great season. However, in late September, I started spiraling into a dark place again. My coaches noticed a dramatic change. Several times a day, I would call my mom in just a complete meltdown. I couldn't make it through a practice without breaking down in tears. I couldn't function, stopped doing homework, lost interest in basketball, which is, for a kid like this, that's huge. I was going down a dark path to the point where I was questioning if I should even be here. My coaches called my mom and said she needed to come and be with me. She was on a plane the next day and spent 4 days in Albuquerque. I went to see the team doctor and learned my ADHD medication and depression medication were canceling each other out. For about 6 months, I wasn't getting any medication. I got a new medication that worked with my ADHD meds and got in with the sports therapist. Slowly but surely, I started to feel like myself again. Then the start of the semester came and anxiety attacks kicked in. They would hit me out of the blue. They were almost crippling and exhausting. So back to the doctor I went and decided it was time to stop the ADHD meds. Too much stimulation. Now I'm about 2 months ADHD meds free. Grades are still good. And I feel like myself again. I still take an antidepressant every day, but I'm in such a better place. Through all this, I missed practices and games. My coaches, teammates, and everyone involved in Level basketball put me in a protective cocoon and took great care of me, and I couldn't be more thankful for them. My coaches decided to limit me to make sure I was mentally healthy. I've handled it the best way possible, and I understand their decision because I know what a dark, scary place I was in. You change from here. I'm so grateful that I reached out for help. I knew I could call my parents, coaches, and teammates at any time. Most people, young kids and young adults especially, don't have that. Most don't dare to reach out and ask for help. I hope someone reading this will see that it can happen to anyone, even kids who are living out their dreams. Everyone needs help at some point. So there it is. That is the big story and mystery as to why I haven't been on the floor and why I've been so distant from everyone. I have accepted that I have an invisible injury that I am fixing and is well on the mend. I will be back in a Lobo jersey next year. BA1. Listen, I took so many freaking medication, tried all this stuff, and it doesn't work. Walking around like a zombie. When I was in college, I was on medication for my depression, and then I was on a sleeping pill. I took a drug at night that kept me up all night, and then I had a sleeping pill, so I slept through all my classes. I had to go to classes for like 6 weeks straight. And I've had problems, up and down since. And then I thought, I don't need anything. Tried that a couple of years. That didn't work. I was on something. They put me on a high dose of lithium. I lost 2 years. I just was a zombie for 2 years. And I'm on medication now, and I still, listen, loss of my dad, everything. Maybe I'm not handling it well. So I saw this kid's story, and I said, I can relate, man. And I'm 54 fucking years old. This kid's in college. Kid in his 20s. I've had it my whole life since I was a kid. Yeah, anxiety, all that stuff. Yeah, so I saw that and I was like, holy shit, man. So I just decided, that I should start the show with that. Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of people do not feel they can reach out. That's what people think. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Rob. Because I was, a couple of years ago, it was bad. My Lanker called my parents. And then I started with we call her Dr. Aloha, Dr. Aloha. And she's, listen. And I had a doctor, one of the best. Who did my mother see? My mother saw an actor talking about, he went to this doctor who changed his life. And I was on medication. This guy was one of the best. We could never find the right medications for me. Nothing ever seemed to work. So, listen, I've done Ritalin. I can't even tell you all the medications I've done. I've done so many. So I saw that and I said, there's a little, more somber for the show, but it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, everybody has. That's why I thought we all, if we don't have it, we know somebody who does have it. So I saw it and I was like, holy shit, man, wow. Yeah. What's up, Mr. Ramos Cashing Academy? Yes. So I saw it and I was like, I got to lead the show with this. And, I saw that. I was like, holy shit, man. And we got this thing where all pictures come up all the time. And I got up and I crazy dream last night. It was up middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. And I saw a picture of my dad with Bear and all that stuff. Yeah, it's, I saw Jules today, who's part of Company of Jace. Her grandma died. And, hey, listen, we're all we're all part of a club we don't want to be part of. That's a club but everybody is eventually going to have somebody that they're really close to, they're going to lose. And we're all part of that same goddamn club. It's just fact of life, man. You can't, life, death, and taxes. 3 things you can't avoid. And I'm going to be double nickel this year, and I'm on the downward slope in a way, but it doesn't, hey, listen. But, and I can't, I'm in a rut right now, man. And I do the podcast, but everything else I'm not doing a good job with at all. And, I did 2 shows yesterday. James coming on was great. We had a great show yesterday talking about Bronny, not even G League and stuff. It was hilarious. Did you see what Darvin Ham posted? This cracked me up, man. That's what I was going to lead the show with. It was time for him to whip it out. That's what he said about LeBron last night. And I love it because it's kind of like, you just say it, but it sounds so funny when you say it. And, I went to bed. Clippers were up 19 going in the 4th, and they got outscored 39-16. LeBron had 19 in the 4th quarter. 19, and none of his, I want to get this right because, I'm very, 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 it's all about me being factual. Law Murray put this up. He covers the Clippers. Perhaps the wildest thing about LeBron outscoring the Clippers in that 4th quarter last night, which he did, 19-16, is that all LeBron's points came with Lakers trailing, and none of LeBron's points tied or changed the lead. Lakers finished last 436 with LeBron doing everything else, though. Now, that's the thing about the Lakers, I feel. They're like a one-hit wonder. Because I don't know if they could do that in a 7-game series. I don't think, LeBron could, but I don't think everybody else is going to up their game, bring their game up. Tonight we got the Knicks, Curry. That's going to be exciting to watch. And, they got blown out. Have you guys heard, is Brunson playing tonight? Is he playing tonight? That's what I want to, is Jalen Brunson playing tonight? Because that's what, he was out with the neck thing. And I'm a little concerned if, now tonight, Hardenstein's going to play. Yeah. Is playing tonight. Oh, this was 9 hours ago. Yeah, and I haven't heard. That's why I want LeBron next year. Add that to the next. Yeah, Jalen is questionable for, that was the 23 hours ago. The Knicks are listing, wait, hold on. They're listing him as questionable. So I guess nothing's changed right now. That would not be good. So he's questionable for tonight, which is not a good thing. If he's out, yeah, it's not going to be good. And that's the thing we were talking about. Imagine a healthy team this year. They don't have a healthy team. So imagine if they did have a healthy team, would be, yeah, Jesus. So that's a little crazy right now. And I'll tell you, you gotta love sports because I always get good stuff. And Harrison Fagan put up, he covers the Lakers. He goes, Lakers undefeated since the Austin Reeves Kung Fu Panda ad dropped. And it's him and AD, and Jack Black's actually in the ad. But Jack Black's Jack Black, not Kung Fu Panda. So I said, for the uninformed, how many games we talking about? And I didn't think I was going to get a response. And he wrote back, 1, LOL. I said, Harrison, that is getting on my show. I am giving you props. And because I thought that was hilarious. Lakers are undefeated. And then he was like, because I said, well, I'm thinking, if the movie's coming out, what is it, 3-4 games? No, 1. I thought that was hilarious. And I said, I got to give him props on that one because I thought that was just great. I thought that was awesome. I said, holy shit, you are hilarious. That is, for the uninformed, how many games is that? He goes, 1. Yeah. And so Fred Katz on Julius Randle said, from everything I've heard, his meetings with doctors, I'm not quoting, basically, he hates it out, which he does. He plays through pain like very few players that Katz has covered. One of the reasons that Tibbs loves Randle. But the playoffs last year, he didn't complain. And they didn't realize how much pain he actually was in. What the Knicks can't have is that trait of Julius. It's my job to play, which comes from the best place. But if he's in excruciating pain he's trying to cover up, you have a big problem. And he said, this is what happened. Just like they can't win the East without Julius Randle, they can't win the East with Julius Randle looking like he did during the playoffs last year. I thought that was the best line. That they can't win without him, but they can't win with him like he was during last year's playoffs. So you love a guy that wants to play. Love it. Love a guy. And I know Josh is not a Randle fan, but Rob is a huge, huge Randle fan. I know there are a lot of Randle fans out there because I agree. They can't win the East without him. But if he's injured and playing, my client Carol, she has the highest fucking pain threshold. Years ago, she had a hip replaced. So the second hip was all of a sudden like excruciating pain. She went to the doctor and the doctor told her it was like she had to have surgery instant days, ASAP, that the pain level she was dealing with before it really started hurting her was what no normal person should have, should be able to deal with. She had gotten to the point where it was beyond, she had to have the surgery ASAP. And, after reading that about Randle, shows me a different side of him that I never thought, but that was a bad fall. When he fell like that, that looked like a terrible fall. And I agree. I don't want him coming back and limiting and trying to play through an injury that he shouldn't be playing through. And if it means they have to shut it down from the season, then hell yeah, shut him down. Shut him down. Now, we talked about LeBron, but this shows something different to me. In a way, that this is a guy who, and LeBron, yes, LeBron can do things, but, age is enough, man. Father Time always wins. And I know LeBron's playing, but you know what? I mean, Randall's been playing at a good level. Is he 9? How old is Julius Randle? Is he 32? How old is he? That's what I'm trying to, Julius Randle is, how old is he? He is 29. He's not going to be 30. LeBron's 38. Man, that's a big age. He's coming into his prime. We all talked about it, but I'll tell you the truth. I kind of want to see what this unit can do together. Maybe I'm call me a hypocrite, whatever, but you know what? I'm kind of like I'm the bandwagon, and I kind of want to see what this team can do healthy. And if it doesn't happen this year, let them all rest up. Let Hardenstein get healthy. Hopefully they can resign him. I know Rob wants them to resign. I know he's big into resigning everybody. I don't disagree, but I want Hardenstein to get that Achilles healthy because that's going to be a problem the rest of the year. It's not going to heal the rest of the year. It's going to be like James said yesterday, and like everybody says. And listen, the Achilles is not. You don't mess around with Achilles. I don't want him tearing it and then he's done. Then you lose him all next season too. So yeah, and again, he's questionable. Brunson, let him sit, let him get healthy, because you're not doing shit in the playoffs without him anyway. So why make him rush him back? You know, he's playing injured. You know, he might even have been injured in their last win in the Detroit game. It had happened in the Detroit game, right? Because he sat out last game. Yeah, yeah. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. So yeah, the Knicks tonight, I guess we're going to see what happens on that front. The Cavs lost in double overtime. Andre Drummond, I always think of Drummond from Different Strokes. The team had 74 rebounds. He had 17 points, 26 rebounds, 8 of 12 shooting. Kobe White had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists. And they won in double overtime, a game the Cavs shouldn't have lost. No, come on. And, you know, Sam Quinn was comparing Yvonne Mobley, worst free throw percentage, 66.3, is better than Ben Simmons' best. Isn't that crazy? Ben Simmons is in the NBA shooting 62.1% from the foul line. And did you see Javon Carter last night? Was in the fucking lane and passed it out. Open for a fucking layup, whatever he wanted to do, and threw it out. And everybody's like, oh, Ben Simmons part 2. Dude, how are you playing in the NBA if you're turning double A and he's throwing it out? He's inside, nobody was around him. Nobody, and the bench was going, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I saw that, I was like, holy shit, man. And Spider thinks that Kyrie Irving should be retired by the Cavs. Okay, hey, he won a championship there. Listen, he hit the title-winning shot at Game 7. Listen, won a championship? Yep, I'm fine with it. Because no one else is going to retire his goddamn jersey. Nobody. Boston, Nets, Mavs, no. No, he's pissed off everybody. He's pissed off every team he's been on. So hopefully, you know, and I'm not going to look back at him fondly. I'm going to look back at him being a pain in the ass, thinking he knows more than the rest of us, that shit, whatever. No, not a fan. And the Hornets, Jeff Peterson, beat out 12 other candidates. He's 35 years old. They said a meteoric rise, and he is now the Hornets. What is he? What's the position? Traditionally moving from GM to an advisory. So he is now, what's the position? He is now the president. Yeah, he's going to oversee the front office, revitalizing one of the underperforming franchises, to say the least. He built a relationship with Steve Clifford during their time with the Nets, where Clifford served as a coaching consultant in 21-22. He joined the Nets GM Sean Marks as an assistant GM in 2019, became a trusted number 2 in the staff that attracted Kevin Durant and Kyrie. So, we saw that worked out. He's a native of Springfield, Missouri, played college basketball in the Big Ten, SEC, and ACC for Iowa, Arkansas, and Florida State. That's a lot of moving around. I guess we're going to see. You know, listen, that franchise they had a run with Alonzo and Larry Johnson, but it has not been there. And Jordan, they didn't do shit. Since when Jordan owned that team, haven't done jack shit. They got LaMelo Ball. He's a good player, but it's not transferring. And they got the rookie out of Alabama, whose name escapes me right now. Who's on the Hornets? I see his face. Hornets. Yeah, no. Again, okay, Hornets roster. I see his face. Yeah, Brandon Miller. They got Miles Bridges. I mean, they have some talent there, but it's not working. It's not working at all right now. So we're going to see what happens on that front. Yeah, the Lakers, LeBron, 7 for 12 last night. He's 40.8% from 3. Unbelievable. Now Shams Charania put out the USA roster. This is a preliminary, but this is what they're thinking is going to be the roster for the 2024 Olympics in Paris this summer. LeBron, Curry, Durant, Embiid, Tatum, Booker, Anthony Edwards, Halliburton, AD, Bam Adebayo, Drew Holiday, and an open roster spot remaining. These are projections. I mean, I guess we're going to see. LeBron wants to play in the Olympics. Well, it's good because LeBron's not going to have a long summer. I just don't think the Lakers... I mean, I think they're going to have nights where they outplay other teams, but they're not going to do it on a consistent basis. They're playing the Wiz tonight, who have 0 for 11 in February tonight. I mean, that's going to be interesting, right? I mean, that's going to be... that's going to be very, very, very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. What did I miss? A poem? Great poem, HTJ. I just heard it back. What poem? Dude, what poem? Did someone write a poem? Oh yeah, it wasn't HTJ's, it was Rob's daughter's birthday. 17. That's when you know your kids grow up right before your eyes. You're like, holy shit, they get old fast. Older. They're not old. Older. They grow up right before our eyes. Iowa, 33 points last night. Caitlin Clark, total to 3650. She officially passed Kansas Jayhawk Lynette Woodard, 3649. The AIAW large school leading scorer. Now, the NCAA didn't recognize Woodard's scoring record because she played at Kansas from 78 to 81 before the NCAA accepted women's athletics in 82. Starting in the late 60s and before 82, female collegiate athletes participated in the Association for Intercollegiate Athletics for Women, AIAW, a separate entity that governed championships in 19 different women's sports during its existence. So NCAA doesn't recognize that, but Tara Vanderveer won 42 games at Idaho during the AIAW era. Those they recognize, but not the women playing the game. The coach, yes. Players, no. What the fuck? NCAA is so draconian, so freaking Byzantine, whatever you want to call it, is so in the dinosaur fucking era. Woodard played 4 fucking years. You know, that's bullshit. I totally agree on that front. She averaged 26 points a game in college and no three-point line. No three-point line. She scored 3,000. What was it? 36.49 in 4 years of college with no goddamn three-point line. 26 a game with no three-point line. That is amazing. Yeah, she 4-time All-American, became the first woman ever jersey retired. She's a member of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall and the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Now, she's 1 game left, Caitlin, with Iowa against number 2 Ohio State at home on Sunday. 17 points behind Pete Maravich at 36-67, which she'll get. The NCAA all-time leading scorer, and 4-11 behind former Francis Marion University player Pearl Moore, who had 4,061. The AIAW small school, doesn't matter what small, I don't give a shit where she played. 4,061 points in an era before a three-point line. And she was only 5'7", played guard. Yeah. She scored 4,061 points. Yeah. Can you believe that? That is, yeah. 45 years old. That's the one you listen to. That's the one you listen to. That's the one that is. Yeah, that's the one. In my opinion. That's the one. Because he was on the radio. Well, why don't you Rob, why don't you give me text me the poem. I'd like to read the poem on my show. So send it to me. I'd like to see the poem I didn't know he was send it to me. Send it to me. I'd like to see what this poem is that he did. And how about this? When holding the number 1 ranking in men's college basketball, teams are 14-13. Surprisingly, this is the worst performing rank among the top 25. Number 5 teams have gone 25-3. Thank you, Morning Blitz, for that. How about that? 14-13 for the 17th ranked team. And I got this from Intersport Basketball. 50 elite women's college basketball players are going to play in the 2024 Women's College All-Star Game, ESPN2, April 6th, at the Wolstein Center in Cleveland. And these standouts who will be exhausting or foregoing their remaining eligibility and are on the precipice of, going to WNBA draft. Well, I thought Caitlin Clark was coming back, but some of the names that they said are on this list are potential. Caitlin Clark, LSU's Angel Reese, Ohio State's J.C. Sheldon, Stanford's Cameron Brink, and South Carolina's Camila Cardoso, and UConn's Aaliyah Edwards. Yeah, and they have a complete list, but these are some of the ones that they said. So I was trying to see the list of the women that could be playing in this. Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, I like that All-Star Game thing. I think it's a cool thing. I think it's very cool. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's, all right, so everything takes a long time. Oh, yeah, I can't read all these. Let me see. Sarah Andrews, Azana Baines from Seton Hall. Okay, wait, I did talk about Syracuse. Oh, there's a lot of names on here. Desiree Young from UNLV. Alyssa Utsby, who had the first triple-double in program history, is on the list from UNC. The girl from UConn, Nika Mole. I'm trying to see who else is on here. It's got to be the one from Syracuse. She's a fifth-year senior. Yes. The Asia Fair is on the list. She's what, fifth career leading scorer? Yeah, very cool. I like that. I think that's a really cool thing, man. I do. I think it's very cool. Very cool. I like that stuff. And yeah, and Auburn, how about this? Auburn ranked 13th overall, top 4 seed for the selection committee 2 weeks ago, is now has a 1-7 quad 1 record after Ole Miss drops out of the top 75. The Tigers are 0-6 in road neutral games versus the projected field. Fascinating to see what the commission does with them if those splits remain. Made for March, I saw. Brian Roth said they're going to be one of the interesting cases. They'll get in, but I think they're going to... Listen, doesn't matter. You know what? That's the thing. Those are the teams that screw me in my goddamn... When I do my selection thing, because they always they fuck you at the drive-thru. They fuck you at the drive-thru. That's what happens on that front. So you're like, God damn it, man. You're like, damn it. So, what are you going to do? Yeah, hey, okay. Yeah, Hickory Doc. Ray skipping the open is a crock. Thank God Rick is back. Tenenbaum is a hack. Watch out, NHL. The old Igor is back. Yeah, I think that's pretty funny. Thank you. Yeah, these guys are all part, DiPietro Rothenberg. And I got into this group because I am a huge sports fan, and there's nonstop debate. Now they do watch a lot. They do a lot of radio shows. I am not a radio show guy. Sports radio. This is my radio show, and I'm always preparing for it. So I don't. And hey, look, I brought my. I got this from Jody a couple years ago. My bobblehead. Pretty cool, right? I love my bobblehead. My bobblehead is so cool. So I have it here now. Got the sign behind me from Stephen and Andrea, which I put up. So I got got my little hub right here. Now the Rangers last night, freaking awesome, just awesome last night. Rangers got the win 4-1. Do you see that? Panarin, open net in the air, got the goal, which I thought was a great goal. So first team to 40 wins. They're 21-7 at home, which they're tied for second with the Jets, who are 21-7-2. The Avs are 23-6 at home, but they're the first team to 40 wins. They actually are tied with Vancouver with 83 points, but are in number 1 at the President's Trophy right now because they have 40 wins as opposed to Vancouver's 38. Panarin, 12 points his last 7 games, scored his 33rd and 34th goal, career highs. He had his 24th multi-point game, 2 goals and assists. Yeah, listen, they Rangers, hey, he 2 goals and assists, 3 points, +3, ±, 4 shots on goal, 19-26 ice time, 82 points, 22 games left. Panarin Muse says he should get 100. Yeah, he's going to come close. Yeah, Rangers are on fire. Well, yeah, yes, Rangers 11 of the last 12. They play Saturday at the Maple Leafs. And Fox, first D-man with 3 straight 10-goal seasons since Brian Leetch did it 4 times, 2001 season to 2003, 2004. And Rangers with 84-plus points through 60 games. Panarin this year. Yager, Messier. So the last guy to do it was Yager in 2005, 2006. Yeah. And... they're up 2-0, gave up a goal. I thought Igor made some phenomenal saves. They got the win. Hey, listen, who gives a shit? 4-1, 2 empty net goals at the end when it was a little scary. There was a point, one guy had a shot and Michigan was like, oh no! Okay, Igor makes the save. If he plays like this, they're going to be a tough team come playoff time, which would be nice to have something to watch and root for because, it's nice. Baseball is going to be very interesting, but right now this is pretty cool. And the Leafs lost 6-2 to Tuesday to the Coyotes. To the Knights. They play Coyotes tonight. 33-17-8, third in the Atlantic, 8 points behind the Panthers and Bruins. And Sheldon Keefe got fined $25,000 for unprofessional conduct directed at the officials after he was ejected Tuesday night. Yes, if Igor plays like this in the playoffs and Panarin scores, the Rangers will go to the finals. Yes, but as we saw last year, they disappeared in the playoffs. And Kreider got his 30th goal last night too. Yes, if. And Rempe almost had a goal. Rempe had a shot, had a nice, hitting guys, playing hard. That black eye was out of control. But yes, but they kind of disappeared in the playoffs. Like Kreider did not play well. Mika did not play well. And Panarin didn't play well. And listen, hey, Devils beat their asses and bam, they were gone. So I need that. I think Rempe brings a toughness to the team that I really like. I do. He doesn't take shit from anybody. And you want that guy that's out there. The guys are like on a swivel head with him because he's knocking guys around. They need that toughness. Yes, that's a big if, Rob. Big if. Kind of like the Knicks. Knicks could if everybody's healthy. But we're getting to nitty gritty time. And I don't think Brunson's playing tonight, which really sucks because I really would like to see. Now he still could play tonight, but I'd love to see Brunson against Curry tonight. That's must see basketball. Yes, yeah, they do. They have missed that toughness, and now they got a fourth line that's going in. And listen, Rempe, I love the way. Yeah, Rempe's enjoying his time. I hope it carries over. Now, the Yankees, they said probably aren't going to sign Snell because $30 million would cost them more than $60 million this year. And he turned down 6 years for $150 million. So Jack Curry doesn't think they're going to do that. Snell is willing to do one of those Bellinger type deals, a short-term deal with opt-outs. We're going to see if that happens. I just don't think they're going to basically play double because of luxury tax. And Rob sent me, this was great, from Ryan M. Spader. Mariano Rivera career, 1,283.2 innings pitched, 1,173 strikeouts, 998 hits allowed. Nolan Ryan, after 40, 1,271.2 innings pitched, 1,437 strikeouts, 933 hits allowed. Now, you're talking about a reliever versus starting pitcher, but Nolan Ryan had like a workout after he was done. I mean, he busted his ass. He put in the time after, and he threw out a first pitch in the other, was it last 85 to zing it in there. There's some guys who are just blessed. Now, he worked his ass off. He had talent, and he knew that if he wanted to keep playing, he was going to have to do the workouts and do everything. And they talk about hockey players doing the same thing. I still read a whole thing about the players. After the game, they got to put, family members are waiting for them, but they got to do the workout afterwards because that helps them for the rest of the season. You got to put the work in, dude. And Nolan Ryan worked his ass off. I'm just sad that he never got to play in World Series. The teams were never that good. He was always good, but he was never on great teams where he could, showcase that. He never, he went to a World Series and won with the Mets. And after that, I don't think he ever went to another World Series, if I'm correct. Yeah, never went to another, right? Nolan Ryan World Series? Let me look that up there. Let's look that up. Let's take a walk down, Nolan Ryan World Series. World Series stats. That is not what I wanted. Yeah. 1969 Mets. That's it. Isn't that crazy? 69, one game. That's it. 69. Never again. That was it. Once. What'd you say, Rob? What did Rob say? It's amazing. So Ryan threw a no-hitter in the 90s. He pitched. You saw him? You went to a game? Did you go to a game? You saw Nolan Ryan pitch, or you're saying you saw him pitch? On TV, or did you actually go to the game? I was like, what? Wait, well, dude. Yeah, because he was out in Houston. My cousin remembers him growing up. Hal remembers him growing up. That's pretty impressive. Oh, on TV, yeah. We all saw it. Yeah, listen to this, who's on the free agent list now. Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery, J.D. Martinez, Matt Chapman, along with Brandon Belt, who's a good hitter. Joey Votto, I thought, was going to get picked up. So 8 of the top 40 and 3 of the top 10, as ranked in the Athletics big board, remain available. Now, Bellinger took the 3 years, $80 million, can opt out after 1 year. And they asked him how closely the offseason played out compared to what they expected. There are variables. He deferred to Boris, who said, there are variables. We have some irregularity going on in this current market. We have close to 11 teams that are spending less money. Yeah. I can't stand these teams. So they get revenue sharing, but listen, you have money, you should be spending money, not saving money. Yeah. Of course, yeah. His dad, when your dad was a kid, and when I was a freaking kid, when your dad was a kid. Yeah, your dad was a kid and I was born, right? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, he said that 11 teams are spending less in light of the fact we have record revenues in baseball. Yeah, so listen, it's crazy. It's crazy that Bellinger, I can't believe that, I don't know what they offered him, but Boris probably bet and lost. And I can't believe the Cubs have money to spend that they didn't offer him more. Cubs have to be happy than a pig in shit. So he's going to go, he'll have a good year. I mean, that's not a lot of money, man. For a guy, I mean, it was really playing on a 1-year deal. And he didn't get the money. A lot of guys, I mean, well, Blake Snell, but there were a couple contracts given out. I mean, is Soto going to get the money? Of course he is because he's 25 years old. But other guys, I don't know, man. And Alonso. Those are the two big names. But there's a lot of names now. Votto's older. So is Martinez. I still think he would help the Mets. I think Martinez, if he wants to play, he's going to have to go somewhere. We're going to see what happens. Yeah, the 8 teams combined to pay $209.8 million in luxury taxes last season. But it's kind of crazy. I mean, and I believe Boris when he says that. I do. I mean, he does his research. And it's like NFL, they have a salary cap, they have money to spend, and a lot of teams, I think you have to, and what are they supposed to spend, 85%? Bullshit. I think if there's a salary cap, you've got to spend every penny. I'm sorry, they're making so much goddamn money, they can all afford to spend the money within their salary cap. And then every year they got to restructure because some guys are over. But I think the players should make the money. I'm sorry, I don't think the owners have to be pigs every fucking year and make this profit. If they're, money coming in, well, then where's the money going to the players? If you have this, it can't be all the haves and then there's no middle class and there's a low. It's all like either you're the king or you're that's it. You're the king or you're the pauper. Not even you're like there's like no middle class in sports. I feel like there's a couple, but it's either the haves and everybody else. The guys getting at the end getting these deals that are shit. And it always pisses me off. Like these teams, we're putting the money away, and then I look at the next year, and they're not even spending the money that they have. So, okay, we talked about, but then you got a problem like this. Cam Jordan, 34th for the Saints, 2 sacks last season, gave him a new deal last August, and owned $13 million guaranteed this year. The restructure they needed to do to get under the cap means they'll either pay him $12.5 next year or eat $22.5 million in dead money, which is not good. That's a lot of dead money. Teams and players are that way, no middle class. Yes, I agree with you, Rob. But, and I talked yesterday about teams had to pay for childcare with their teams. Like they had to pay 50 for one. I was going to go through all this. Albert Breer did something on each team. And I just thought it'd be a little, but there are a lot of franchises that charge money to the players for meals. Like if they're training during the off season, they have to pay for their own meals. I'm like, dude, really? I mean, I know it's a job and everything, but these guys are training on the, they're charging. Well, I guess it's like everything else. Yeah, Michigan works at work. She used to pay for her meals, but there was some kind of things like, I guess they want. Yeah, I don't know, but these players want, they want incentives. They want be treated like kings. They're used to getting everything. Caleb Williams has made $10 million with NIL money. Caleb Williams, who's going to be the number 1 pick. $10 million in NIL money. $10 million. Can you imagine in college making $10 million? Leaving college with $10 million. Oh, it's not NFL money. $10 million. I was like, holy shit, man. I mean, that is a lot of shekels, man. That is a lot of shekels. And KC just unveiled plans for a reimagined Arrowhead Stadium, new video board, turf activation zone, sideline end zone clubs, upper concourse canopy, expanded parking, ride share, 3 new pedestrian bridges. Good. And, the Jets, we talked yesterday, Hardman was like, get me out of here, and they only went 1 catch. So this is from Connor Hughes. He says, yes, I'm told there was validated belief that McCall Hardman with the Jets, frustrated by his lack of usage, leaked game plans to the opposition as implied by several players, Sauce, Kenny Yeboah yesterday. Not just the Eagles game, but also the Chiefs. Ironically, the Eagles' victory was arguably the best of the season for the Jets, while Zach Wilson enjoyed the best game of his career against the Chiefs. If that is true, if that is true, I'm sorry. I mean, you're leaking game plans, dude. Really? I mean, reportedly, allegedly, that's a dick move, man. You're not playing now. Still don't understand why the Jets never used him. I mean, he was a very good player, and I blame the coaching staff and all that. I mean, 1 catch in 6 games, and then he goes and plays for the Kansas City. Found a way to use him. Why couldn't the Jets? But that still doesn't mean that he should be leaking game plans. Yeah, that's a no-no. That's a big no-no. That's bad shit. So I saw that, I was like, oof. That's no bueno, man. That's no bueno at all. Yeah. No. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, and a lot of teams are doing the salary cap. I mean, Deshaun Watson, base salary of $46 million for the next 3 seasons. He carries a cap hit of nearly $64 million from 24 to 26. They restructured it last year. Yeah, you think they're gonna have to do something similar? This guy, wow, for the one guy you give a guaranteed contract, that is not the man who should have got it. At all. And Marvin Harrison, he's not just skipping tests, he decided not to train at all for any of the pro day, anything. They said he's skipping drills in Indy. He's not at the combine training facility at all. Instead, staying at Ohio State and building towards his rookie season. Rich Eisen said maybe it will help that he had December and January off too, which I thought was kind of funny. What's up, Kev? How you doing, man? So I thought that was kind of funny. And yeah, $10 million, Caleb Williams. That blows my mind. And how about this? A quote from a tight end draft prospect, Tip Riemann, who is theorizing that birds aren't real. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? How do we know that power lines aren't pigeon recharging stations? Things that make you go, I mean, right? Yeah. All good, man. All good. And how about this? Inter drops Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Kit versus Genoa on Monday. So they're going to have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was like, really? That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that's crazy, right? I mean, cute. I mean, I think kids will love it, right? Kids will love it. Love it. And a former MIT physicist was brought in to fix the analytics disconnect with the Yankees. His name, they call him Lenny. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And Judge likes Aaron Leanhart, who is going to help try to clean this stuff up, supposedly. Judge is excited. He says, you need, he's in a good role being that analyst. What's up, Company Jace? And I'm excited about him. He's in a good role being that analyst. That's the barrier between us and the analytics. What I've seen so far, he's done a real good job funneling the information down. I think the guys are going to love it. Yeah, so he's known as Lenny. So he was a NASA-funded research study at MIT in which scientists, including Leanhart, then a grad student on his way to PhD, cooled a sodium gas to the lowest temperature ever recorded. Yeah. He also coached baseball. 2017, he was New Jersey, an assistant in the Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League, and Montana, the hitting coach and recruiting coordinator at Dawson Community College before being hired by the Yankees in 2018. He hitting coach for multiple low-level affiliates, including the Dominican Summer League team, and then spent the last 2 seasons as the club's assistant minor league hitting coordinator. Yeah, he's replacing Zach Fioro, who remains in the club in a different role. I mean, hey, I guess we'll see what happens on that front. I mean, time will tell. But I thought that was kind of analytics. Is it going to help? Listen. Everybody talks so much about it, and we talked about it being gut. Yeah, their gut. It's always their gut. So, yeah, crazy. Yeah, crazy. It's nuts. It really is. Yeah, crazy. Just all this stuff, and it's still the hardest thing in the world to hit a baseball. And I guess any advantage you can get, and if Judge is for it, then hell yeah. I mean, what the hell? I'm like, I'm good. Now, also, what else did I saw some, yeah, there was something else. Okay, yeah, talked about the minor league baseball team. How about this? Texas Tech defensive back Tyler Owens on if outer space exists. I don't believe in space. I don't think there's other planets. All right, Tyler. I just thought that, I was like, oh, all right. Okay, dude, all right. Now, this was interesting. Ranking, they had 10 quarterbacks for the, let me see, oh, and this was funny too. Mount St. Helens. This guy, Rob Carmark, put California is the most iconic mountain in the lower 48. Meet Mount Shasta, 14,000 feet of pure glory. Mount St. Helens official site on X said, looks like a little bitch to me. I thought that was hilarious. 7 straight wins. He doesn't believe in other planets. What does he think the picks we have are? Yep, he obviously does. Tyler doesn't think it's real. 7 straight wins for Ole Miss. Over Ole Miss for Alabama. Yeah, how about that? No planets. No planets. Now this was, so this is CBS Sports. I put it on the Company of J site. I should send it to Lon and Harris and all my and Eric, all my Giant fans. Since opening in 2010, MetLife has hosted 2 NHL games and 1 combined playoff game for the Giants and Jets. Well, the Jets haven't made the playoffs since then. And the one game was on January 2012. The Giants beat the Falcons 24-2. Eli Manning threw 3 touchdown passes in the wild card game. All right. 24-2. That's it. 1 playoff game. Yes, it's karma for them building a shitty stadium. I agree, Podcast Rob. I agree totally. And USHL Sioux Falls is rebranding as the Fighting Wiener Dogs for a night and looking for a mascot. The Fighting Wiener Dogs. Arr, you mateys. Arr, the Fighting Wiener Dogs. That should be all time. It should be every fucking game. That's a great thing. And Tim Wakefield's wife died 5 months after him from cancer. 5 months. 5 months, man. Jesus Christ. It's terrible. Terrible. I saw that. I was like, oh, that's okay. So the thing I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to get Rob on this was, and Josh. Well, so Dan of Company Jace is on Monmouth Radio right now. So Josh is double dipping, which, hey, sometimes you got to double dip. And the only reason he's able to double dip is because the iPad gives him the flexibility that he can listen and do other things. So we like that for Josh. But they have the top 10 quarterbacks of the 2000s. Now, I don't know if I don't agree. Maybe they have Baker Mayfield as number 1. He didn't win anything. Didn't win a natty. Number 2, Cam Newton with he had no players on the team. One guy played offensive lineman went pro. No one else caught, threw, or ran the football. None of them had any plays in the NFL except Cam Newton on the offensive end. Cam Newton's 2. Vince Young, greatest. You can put that one over USC single-handedly, over 200 yards rushing and receiving when they beat USC. He's up there. Tebow won 2 natties. Tebow. So that's another one, Rob. Joe Burrow, one of the greatest teams ever. 2019, that LSU team was phenomenal. That when 20 guys from the team ended up playing in the NFL. That was a hell of a team. Deshaun Watson won 1 or 2. I think he won. How many? Deshaun Watson. He won 1, right? Did he win 1 or 2? Deshaun Watson National Championships. National Championship and no interceptions. Yes, 1. Yes. 2016. Yes, 1. Deshaun Watson was a hell of a college player too, man. So Deshaun Watson's on the list. That's another. Okay, so Deshaun Watson, he's number 6. Kyler Murray, yeah, he won a Heisman. Another Heisman guy. Lamar Jackson won the Heisman. Didn't go. They were not a good team. But 8. Marcus Mariota won the Heisman. Didn't play for a national championship. And RG3 won a national. I don't know why RG3's in the top 10. I feel like the list, I got to see who the quarterbacks are again and go from there. But my guys is Vince Young, Tebow, and Cam Newton. Cam Newton with the team he had. And yeah, Ken Dorsey, but Dorsey was not Dorsey was in the 90s, not the 2000s. Ken Dorsey was not in the 2000s. Dude, Ken Dorsey was different. Yeah, we're talking about the 2000s. Ken Dorsey played a different time, dude. Yeah, he was. Yeah, we're talking about the 2000s. Those are three great quarterbacks. I mean, you might take Tebow because he won multiple championships, but yeah, he played college. Oh wait, he did play 2003 NFL draft. He's not even listed, dude. You got a point there. As a college, but he only won one, dude. But he should be in that list. He was phenomenal. Yeah, what did he lose? One college game as a pro? Yes. Yeah. 34 straight, yeah. He is not on the list. I would put him there before RG3. And they put RG3 there because what about Ken Dorsey? That's a good point. Dude, you're right. Ken Dorsey. Good one there. I'm just dropping. Wow. Yes. True. And Colts might franchise tag. They haven't franchise tagged anybody since Pat McAfee in 2013. But if they can't get a deal with Michael Pittman Jr., they will give him the franchise tag. And Justin Jefferson, Robert Little put Monday Night Raw. He's being sued by Andrea Galea, and then pressuring her to get an abortion. He tells her multiple times she is on her own raising the kid and hit him with the legal stuff, and that's not good. Dude, you're an athlete. I still remember in Ray Donovan, I think it was the first episode, there was an athlete, and he threw the condom in the garbage, and she was trying to get the condom, and they broke in, they got the girl. The girl was trying to, get pregnant and take money from him. And I remember he took the condom out of the garbage. But listen, you got to be careful as an athlete. There are women out there that want to have kids and want to, listen. Zion had 3 going at the same time. Holyfield had, while he was married, he got another woman. He was having 2 kids at the same exact time. It happens. It happens to athletes. So just be smarter out there, guys. Just try to be smarter. That's all I can say. Now, Darren Flutie followed it. Doug Flutie played at BC, all-time leader in reception. Darren followed his older brother, Doug, and became the all-time leader in receptions at BC. And I didn't realize how good he was in the CFL. He played for the BC Lions 91 and 95, Eskimos 96, 97, and the T-Cats 98 to 2002. Won the Grey Cup in 94, 99. In his career, listen to this, from 91 through 2002, so that's 13 years, 972 catches for 14,359 yards and 66 touchdowns. He joined CFL on CBC as a TV analyst from 2002 to 2006. They've been voted by TSN in the top 50 players all time in the modern era of the CFL. Doug Flutie was a phenomenal CFL quarterback. I think he would have been a great NFL quarterback if a team. I don't think he ever really got his due. I feel Warren Moon was, he won 5 straight Grey Cups with the Edmonton Eskimos. I mean, he was another guy who had to go play in the CFL. There are some really good quarterbacks out there, and Flutie, his brother, was really good. Now, they're talking about this college football playoff, 14-team playoff expansion in 2026, and they want to do multiple automatic qualifying spots for each Power 4 conference. They want to do a 3-3-2-2-1 model, 3 automatic spots each for the Big Ten and SEC, 2 for the Big 12 and ACC, and 1 for the Group of 5, along with 3 at large. They talked of 14 and 16, but the 14 is getting more traction. More automatic qualifying spots in that model were also a key point to the discussion, I guess, with the 14-point model. The 3-3-2-2-1 model could instead be appealing to the AC and Big 12 through the guarantees. While they would lose out on a first-round bye most years and solidify themselves as behind the Big 10 SEC, they would have at least 2 spots every year. The ACC and Big 12 finished 2023 with 1 top 14 team each among their future membership, Florida State and Texas. And Texas now is in the SEC. So, I mean, right? Yeah, and I saw this from Trey Oliver, the North Carolina Central coach, apologized for the example he said in a social media post. He was furious that they were running his quarterback, Davius Richard, who injured his right leg on a first quarter touchdown, was carted off. From what I read, there's no official report how long he's going to miss but this is a guy who wants to play in the NFL, and he used coarse language to insult the coach's intelligence, saying, "I promise he would not have played if I knew these fucking coaches were going to run him." Yeah, the coach said Richard should have remained in the pocket and handed off to these all-American backs. Make it make sense. He apologized, but listen, Richard, 6'2", 225, two-time Offensive Player of the Year in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. He was named MVP of the HBCU Legacy Game despite the injury. But this is a guy, playing for his future, man. Why are you running the ball? Dude, in a game that, they got tape on him, I kind of agree with the coach. Hand off the ball. Why are you doing running plays for this guy? Let's stay in the pocket, watch him throw. Now, this is interesting. So, money is tight these days, unless you're the Saudis. Canelo wants big money. Dazin, so he left PBC. He couldn't reach an agreement with Dazin because Canelo wants to fight Berlanga and Munguia in that order, and Dazin wants something else. And you know what? I mean, I think he's going to have to decide, if he wants to get paid, he's going to have to do what the people paying him the money are going to give him. They're going to say, "Hey, you want to fight these guys? Well, we're not going to pay you that money." Well, you know what? I think this thing kind of changed then. Does he want to get paid, or does he want to fight the guys he wants to fight? Then take less money? No, you don't. Listen, you can negotiate a little bit, but they're not going to. No one's going to watch you fight Berlanga. Nobody. You're not going to get pay-per-view buys. No one gives a shit. And Canelo's on the downside of his career. I'm sorry. I think he was a good fighter, and I think he's, I'm not paying. I don't look at his fights and want to watch them anymore. His time has come and gone. There's a Michelle Wee West documentary to air on NBC and Peacock. Women's Open before the U.S. Women's Open titled "Dream Big." The Michelle Wee story. The project will explore the life and career of the Hawaiian-born golfer who went pro at the age of 16, became the youngest woman to ever compete on the PGA Tour, and holds 5 LPGA Tour wins. Listen, I think her off the course was bigger than on the course. I thought she was a good golfer, not a great golfer. She made a lot of money off the course, but that's what I think. I think it's sometimes I'm reaching for my words right now, but I feel like why don't it's great. Yes, you played your documentary. You won 4-5 titles. It wasn't like she had this career. She was dominating year in and year out. She wasn't Tiger Woods, even close to Tiger Woods. She couldn't hold Tiger. I'm just talking from a win perspective. She's she 5 wins. I need to watch a documentary on her. I remember when she came up. Yeah, 16. Congrats. But I don't really give a shit. Now, I saw this from Jamel Hill, and I'm not happy about this. The Naked Gun reboot, July 15th, 2025. Now, Liam Neeson did a funny thing in Ted 2. But why do we have to reboot the Naked Gun? Can someone please tell me? Why? Why do we need to reboot the Naked Gun? Why? I know Podcast Rob loves the Naked Gun. I do too. But it's Leslie Nielsen. Yeah. Was Matt Barkley on that list? No, he wasn't, dude. And Matt Barkley didn't do shit in college. He should have been on the list. They didn't play for any natties when he was no, he's not on the list. They didn't do shit. And, I'm talking about Barkley and Leinart should be on the, why is Leinart not on the list? Yeah. Yeah, people don't have any creative, yeah, why is Matt Leinart not on that list? On top, Matt Leinart was phenomenal at USC. That's a shitty list, dude. That's a shitty list. Now I'm thinking about Matt Leinart should be on the list, and and Dorsey. So fucking idiots. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what you were saying. You said Barkley, and I'm thinking, wait, why are we not talking about Leinart? No, dude. An influencer. Hey, Joe Willie has joined us. All right, Joe Willie. What do you want to talk about? I think Joe Willie. I'm gonna send him this. Influencer Cheng Wing Yi, also known as Kiara a Kitty, is selling her farts in a jar for 230 pounds a pop. She previously made headlines after staging a hoax egg attack on herself in an attempt to gain more followers. It may take some time to craft a scent jug, so processing time may change without prior notice. Yeah. Will any of you farts in a jar from Kiara a Kitty? I said the sign of the apocalypse is here. Is here. Yes. Byron Murphy ran a 4.8840. Byron Murphy is a Byron Murphy. Can you imagine playing quarterback now? Byron Murphy is. Let me see. Okay, Byron Murphy is 6'1", 308. Ran a 4.88 at the combine. 6'1", 308. Can you imagine him coming around the corner? Can you imagine him? Good God. Holy shit. I wouldn't want to play quarterback. No way. No fucking way. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Hal sent me something, Richard Lewis. Such an unusual name, Latrine. How did your family come by it? We changed it in the 9th century. You changed it to Latrine? Yeah. Used to be shithouse. It's a good change. It's a good change. And he sent me this. This is from when the Big 12 first had to add new members and then did it again. They were rightly called a clown conference by all the other P5 conferences because there was no rhyme or reason or geographic sense in its makeup. It did become a clown conference with the ridiculous additions that had no geographical partners. Fast forward, the SEC adds Texas and OU. Then the Big Ten made their moves. Now Big Ten homers say the SEC is a regional conference and the Big Ten is a national one. You can't have it both ways, Big Ten fans. Your conference is a clown show and the map is a clown show. You get lucky once a decade, shut your pie holes. So this is that's the diagram. I thought that was hilarious. It's a penis. It's a penis. I forgot to do it on the other show, so I had to do it today. I thought that was hilarious. So thank you for that. Spurs may buy out Marcus Morris. Who cares? Does he bring anything to the team? I feel like no. Yeah, that was good. Wow, Caitlin Clark will enter the WNBA draft this year, announcing on social media that this season at Iowa will be her last. Nice. Going pro. Yes. Wow, she's going pro. Yes. Oh, wow. All right. And J.K. Dobbins posts rehab video 6 months after Achilles tear. Looks pretty good. Yeah, he's always hurt. He's hurt every fucking year, though. Every year. Yeah, she is taking a pay cut. Good call there, podcast, Rob. Taking a pay cut. Yes. Yeah, let me see here. NFL uses perfect GIF. NFL uses Patrick Mahomes reacts to NFL Network using his 40-yard dash video at the combine. Yeah. 49, 2000 current. Unfortunately, and he expresses during the NFL scouting combine, it became a bit of a tradition for NFL Network to use his 40-yard dash to overlay with current prospects. He requested them not to use it this year. Unfortunately, he didn't get his wish, and he expressed his frustration with a simple response. Yeah. Oh, so they show him running against... Oh, wow. So... Yeah, he got beat by a lineman. And who gives a shit? Yeah, they use his overlay. Honestly, who gives a shit? He's got 3 rings, 4 Super Bowls. Do we care? Does he care? Yeah. Brewers trade looms large. The Newsbreak is the worst fucking site. Bumbles, it is the worst fucking site. They put up dumb shit. Oh, I don't know what this is. I was trying to see if it was an article. Brewers trade looms large. Crock of shit. Yeah. Yeah, a former Michigan football star died 18 months. He got colon cancer. Ugh. Yeah. What was the kid's name? He ended up not making. He ended up playing the CFL a couple seasons, but he got sick. Yeah, how come that's not the one I was looking for? Yeah, love that. Yeah, Dan, you're gonna bring up Hardman? Yeah, you can bring up Hardman, dude. Bring him up. Because you know what? In the end, yeah. Wow, 15 to 20 Colt staffers with Brock Bowers. 15 to 20. That's crazy. Yeah. I don't, yeah. What was this kid's name? Former Michigan star, died of cancer. He was edge rusher Craig Rowe. He had a wife and a 2-year-old kid. Dude, cancer sucks, man. Cancer sucks. See, that stuff is just, it's terrible. I mean, he wasn't even that old. He wasn't even that old. He was a young kid, young guy, just getting his life started. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, ugh. How old was he? He wasn't even, I think he was 38. 18-month battle with stage 4 colon cancer. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. He was a big dude when he played too, so I saw that. I was like, ugh, that sucks. All right, did I miss anything else? Let me see, did I miss anything else? Caitlin Clark going pro. Oh, new Pac-12 commission. What options? You got Oregon State and Washington State. What options? Jerry Jones must take a paternity test. Philly scrap dollar dog night site fan behavior, you think? Yeah, and cornerback from Iowa, DeJean, broke leg at Iowa, plans draft workout. Son of Jay Swanson out of ICU after hit by car. Oh yeah, Pogba, 4-year doping ban will appeal. That's a long freaking time. Embiid plans return regardless of Sixers record. They need him, dude. They need him big time. Big time. Who's Swanson on the... Is that the coach or is that the... Oh, Eric Swanson, reliever. Struck by a car. What the fuck happened? What happened? What? A struck pedestrian called in Clearwater involving a young boy who suspected the driver remained on the scene. Struck by being operated by a valet driver at the Opal Sands Resort. Yeah, how did that even happen? Dude, Jesus Christ. That's scary shit. That's really scary shit. Wow, I saw that. I was like, holy crap, man. All right. Did I miss anything else? Yeah, Caleb Williams. I was reading some stuff. Yeah, I love that Caitlin Clark's going pro. She's done all she can in the pros in college. Well, yeah, she's getting paid more in college. I agree with Rob than she will in the pros. But she's have endorsement deals too, which is going to be. Lakers, U.S. Women National League to face Colombia. Caicedo in Gold Cup. Okay. Flames trade defenseman Chris Tanev to Stars. Good for him. Caitlin Clark going pro. All right, let me get to some trivia questions. Last show's trivia question was, which we got anyway. And I thought it was a good one. The last season, the Yankees only had one All-Star player. Was 1992 Roberto Kelly. Wait, that's not the wrong. Roberto Kelly. Yes. Roberto Kelly. 1992. Longest active streak with multiple All-Stars. Yankees since 93. All right. Today's trivia question. Can you tell me the player who has the most touchdown passes in a bowl game for USC? Most touchdown passes in a bowl game for USC. Most touchdown passes in a bowl game by a USC quarterback. That's today's trivia question. And I really want to thank Michigan for giving me that piece today on Brandon Applehans. That was awesome. It was awesome. So thank you, Kev, Bumbles, Company of Jace, Josh, and Rob, as always. Thanks for that poem there, Rob. It was fantastic. I hope everybody's a great day. Mental health is no joke. If you're feeling down, talk to somebody, okay? So everybody have a great day. Peace out, and I will talk to you soon. Adios, everybody. Peace out.